Hello everyone, wishing you all a very good morning. I hope all of you are doing well and I'm audible and visible to all of you. Can you see me? Yes, no. Good afternoon, Akshara. Uh, before I begin my class, start with the same instruction. Good afternoon. Not afternoon, beta. It's morning. Yes, it's afternoon. Sorry, I thought it's a day class. Sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. Akshara, Abhiram, everyone. Both the IDs are same, sir. I don't know what problem it has. Why I log in by the same ID, I don't understand. Something has changed. I will try to. Now I think I have different names. Yes, one is Astik Uderia and the other one is Astik. So send your messages on the Astik ID. That is the ID that I am more comfortable in looking for your chats. That is the first. So if you have any message, the ID is Astik. That was the first thing that I wanted to tell you. Second thing, yesterday was your test. Yesterday there was also the NEET exam for this year. And the exam went out very nicely. I had a chat with some of the students who had given the exam, and trust me, the physics paper was a bit tough, and everyone feels the same. But most of the students that I know who had who I had taught, they were pretty happy with the paper because it was more of the paper that I am good at. Some difficult questions were there. I probably have the paper with me. I'll see how many questions are there from mechanics and I'll tell you. Just give me time. I'll just go through this paper. Where is this paper? Here is the paper. Here is the paper right now in my hands. 45 questions, 35 in section 1, 15 in section 2. You were supposed to do 35 from section 1 and only 10 from section 2. If I can see section B, we had a question and I'm reading the question from the paper. A car starts from rest, accelerates at 5 meter per second square. At t is equal to 4 seconds, a ball is dropped out of the window with a person sitting in the car. What is the velocity and acceleration of the ball after 6 seconds? So basically you have to find the velocity and acceleration of the ball. V is equal to u plus at. That was it. To find the velocity, Vx and Vy, we have to find the Vx using the velocity, using the acceleration of the car. Then you have to find the velocity along Y with the acceleration due to gravity. Then there was a question based on dimensions. As I can see, the paper was pretty simple. Then it was questions from different topics. Let me see how many topics we have covered and how many questions have come from those topics. 2 questions I can count right now. I'll be sending you this paper. Don't worry. I'll send you this paper of for physics. Then you had units and dimension. May question, one more question more. The question was very simple, and I think we have done this question in the class. The question, as I can see, is question number 17. If force F, acceleration A, and time t are chosen as fundamental quantities, what is the dimension of energy? So you have to calculate the dimension of energy with force, acceleration, and time as the 3 fundamental units. I am sure you remember this question. Many questions of this type we had covered in the class. I'll send you this paper. Probably looking at the paper, that will give you more confidence that whatever we had done in the class, same questions had come. So as I can see, there were 4 questions from the topic that we have covered till now. There were 4 questions in your paper. NEET paper I'm talking about this year. I'll send you the paper. Don't worry, I have the paper. I'll just have to, I'll mark the answers as well and I'll send it to you. Okay. That was a paper for NEET. Tell me what happened with your paper. How did you perform in your paper? How was it? Easy, simple? How did you do it? Tell me. How was your performance? Abhiram says good. Abhiram, what was your score? 139. Great. 139 is a good score. Good one. What about the others? Abhiram, what was your total score? Akshara, how did you perform? Niharika, Tanu, Tarun, Vasant, Vishal, Manasa, around 400. Okay, so I think the paper was around 560 then. May not be 720. 560, 400 is not bad. It's good. Maybe you have to work it out some more in your bio part. Maybe you are not getting 540 was the total. Okay, 540 was the total. Yeah, 540, not 560. 540. 400, it should be some 30-40 marks more, Abhiram. It be around 440 something. In bio, you got 146. That is what I am saying, beta. If you are getting 140 in physics, bio must be somewhere around 160, beta. Cannot be less than 160. That is where you are losing 14 marks, and that is why that if you get those 14-20 marks more in bio, what was your score in physics? Now, what was the force in chemistry? Tarun, 140 is a good score. In my paper, if you get the 140, that's a good score. What about the others? Bio and chemistry? Niharika, Tarun, Niharika, Tanu, where are you? Vishal, what are you? What is your score? Did you give the paper or not? I made the paper somewhat tougher this time because slowly I'm going to raise the bar, and the paper that I'm going to see. I told you, Abhiram, told you it was tough because I made it tough. Slowly I'm going to get it tougher, and I will take it to the level of JE mains because the paper this year was actually tougher than the paper of JE main. So probably I'll make it tougher, and the level of the paper that you will get slowly, they will start from the level of NEET, and they will end somewhere between NEET and main, and maybe one or two questions you will get that will be above the level of JE mains as well. So that even if this paper comes, which I'll be sending it to you, you are able to solve it without any difficulty. Tanu, are you there in the class? Niharika, are you there? Can you raise hand that you are there in the class? Not getting any response from your side? Okay, maybe they are not able to hear me. So that was about papers and marks and everything. Same time, next year, next year, basically, you will be giving your NEET. I'll be very keen to see how you progress. Around 330 is less. If you're getting 140 in physics, 330 is very less. It means you are only getting 190 in the other two. You have to work it out. Work it out. Work it out. Maybe you need to give more. See what happens sometimes is uh, you spend more time on one subject. Now you have to be fair to all the subjects. Biology, that means botany and zoology, have to be your main scoring subject. Told you that before also. I'm again telling you. In biology, you must, out of I think 360 marks, that you must get around 300 plus, 300 to at least 320. If you don't get in that range, there is no chance of you clearing the NEET. I mean, clearing the NEET in the sense getting a good college. 300 to 320 is the least that you have to get. Least. Ideally, it should be around 340 plus. 340 plus out of 360. That should be your target in biology only. That is botany and zoology. Anything less than 300, it's all over probably. Because if you get less than 300 in bio, you will have to get 150 each out of 180 in physics and chemistry. Now 150 to get 150 in physics, or in chemistry. Chemistry, you can still achieve it. Physics, it will be a hard task. Not impossible. Not impossible. And you can get it. If you do all the papers correctly, if you follow all the things that I tell you, you can even get 170 easily out of 180. You can get to that score. I can assure you that. But then you'll have to work harder. You'll have to work harder. If you work harder, I can assure you 150 to 170 ki range mein you should be able to score. But less than 300, still not good, yeah. Not very pleased with getting less than 300 in biology. It should not be that. Anyways, can you remind me what we were doing in the last class? I think I gave you a question in the last class. Some of you also send me their. Did I give you a question in the last class to solve? Yes or no? Coming back to our class, did I give you a question in the last class? No one is there in the class? Am I audible, visible? Manasa, Vishal, Vasant, Tarun, Tanu, Niharika, Akshara, Abhiram. Can you all raise hands and tell me that I'm audible and visible to all of you? I just feel that I'm not audible or visible. Something is wrong in the connection. Abhiram gets me. Only one person is getting me. What about the others? Why is everyone quiet today? Not feeling good? Feeling sleepy? Akshara, Niharika, Tanu, Tarun, Vasant, Vishal, Manasa. Where are you, everyone? They are in the class or not? Okay, they are in the class. Okay. What we are going to do is solve a question. We are solving Newton's laws of motion, and this is the question that we are going to solve. This is a mass of 2 kg. This is a mass 3 kg. They are kept in this fashion. Now, as soon as you keep this, obviously the floor is smooth. There is no friction. What happens to this system? As soon as I keep this block is definitely going to go down. Yes or no? Can I have raised hand that we understand this? This block is going to go down. Yes or no? Are you there, everyone? Okay. The 2 kg block is going to go down and the 3 kg block is going to go this side. My question is simply find out the acceleration, the tension in the string. There is one string, as you can see. This is the string that I see, and the normal reaction from ground on which block? Obviously, the normal reaction will be on this block because this is the only block that is kept on the ground. So it will have normal reaction. So you'll have to find out the acceleration of the block. You have to find the tension in the string, and you have to find the normal reaction from ground. You will have 2 minutes to solve this question. Your time starts now. So are we trying the question? Everyone, can I have some reason that we are trying the question, sir? Okay, let me see who all are trying the question. Abhiram is trying, Akshara is trying. Okay, the rest of the people, I think they are still dreaming or something. Vasant is sleeping. Vishal, I don't know. Probably he has kept a mobile in front of him and sleeping. Manasa, I don't know where she is, lost. Tanu, Niharika, Lost. I hope we can find these guys and continue with our exercise. Okay. So how do I solve this question? Let me start. If I assume that this block is going down with an acceleration A, block 2 kg is going down with an acceleration A, what happens to block 3 kg? With how much acceleration will it move? Will it move with the same acceleration or will it move with a different acceleration? Anyone? Will it move with the same acceleration or will it move with a different acceleration? Can I have your answer, please? Will it move with the same acceleration or will it move with a different acceleration? Anyone? Yes, that is correct. If this block moves down with an acceleration A, this block will also move with the same acceleration A because they are attached to the same string. String number 1, that is the only string that is attaching these two blocks. If one block moves down with an acceleration A, the other block should move forward with the acceleration A. Am I clear with this point? Can I have some raised hand that we understand this point, sir? Block 2 kg moves down with an acceleration A. Block 3 kg moves forward with an acceleration A. How do I solve this question? Step number 1, draw a sketch. Sketch is already there. Step number 2, isolate all the bodies. There are only two bodies isolated because they are very far from each other. I will not spend much time into isolating these bodies. Remember, 45 questions we have to do in the time. The time is only 1 hour for physics. So step number 2 is done. Bodies are isolated. Step number 3, draw the free body diagrams. I'll start with the tension. Tension T on the pulley T. On the pulley T, tension always pulls. On the block T, tension T is done. Now let me start with block 2 kg. Gravity pulls it down and the weight or mass into G is 20. So 20 is downwards. 20 is downwards. I hope you can see this. 20 is downwards. And acceleration is also downwards. Yes or no? Am I audible and visible to all of you? Am I audible and visible to all of you? I'm getting disconnected. I don't know. Am I audible and visible? Will you raise hands and tell me that I'm audible or visible? Okay. So 20 is downwards. I'm just not getting responses and I just feel that I'm disconnected or something. Okay. So I got disconnected with the other one. With the other ID, I got disconnected. Anyways, maybe something wrong. Let me rejoin it again. Maybe something wrong with the network. Anyway, so 20 is downwards. 20 is downwards. T is upwards. And as you can see, it is moving downwards. Acceleration is downwards. 20 is downwards. And T is upwards. How do I make the equation for this block? How do I make the equation for this block? Anyone? How do I make the equation for this block? 20 is downwards. 20. T is upwards. Minus T is equal to mass into acceleration. Mass, as you can see, is 2 kg. 2 multiplied by acceleration is A. This becomes the equation for block 2 kg. Do we understand this? 20 minus T is equal to 2A. Can I have some reason that we understand this, sir? Don't know. Okay, I'm getting some problems in the other ID. I'll try to log in with a different one because I need to see what is happening in the class. So let me log in with this one. Okay, don't have anything from here. Just give me a moment. Just log in by this other device, my phone probably, so that I'm able to see what you see. I don't know what's wrong with this, why it's not connecting here. Just give me a moment. Okay, think I'm online now. Put it here like this. Okay, great. I'm there. So 20 minus t is equal to 2a. That becomes my equation for block 2 kg. Now is the turn for the block of 3 kgs. I have to draw the free body diagram. What are the forces that I see here? What are the forces that I see here? One is gravity, which is downwards, 30 mg. One is normal reaction, which is upwards. And the other is the tension, which is rightwards. Do we all see this? Can I have some reason that we see this, sir? Now I will try to make the equation for this block. The first equation, along which direction is the block moving? The block is moving along x direction like this. Yes or no? So what about the equation along y-axis? I'll have to make two equations for this block. One along x-axis and the other along y-axis. What is happening along y-axis? Can anyone tell me? What is going to happen along y-axis? Can anyone tell me? What is going to happen along y-axis? N is upwards and 30 is downwards. N is upwards, 30 is downwards. What is the equation along y-axis? What is the equation along y-axis? Anyone? N is upwards, 30 is downwards. It does not move along y-axis. So N becomes equal to 30 newtons. Do we understand this? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this, sir? Normal reaction becomes 30 newtons. Raise hand will give me more confidence that we understand this. Okay. Now let us look at the equation along x-axis. Let us look for the equation along x-axis. Let us look for the equation along x-axis. What do we have along x-axis? The green one, the green one. T, we have a tension T. We have a tension T along x-axis, positive x-axis. But there is nothing on the left-hand side. The only force is T. The only force is T. Now this T is the net force and that must be equal to mass into acceleration. You see, I've already marked the acceleration in green. The acceleration is also in green. It's forward. So mass is 3. Mass is 3. Acceleration is A, 3A. This becomes my equation along x-axis for the 3 kg block. Do we all understand this? Can I have some reason that we understand this, sir? I can call this equation as equation number 1. I can call this equation as equation number 2 and this equation as equation number 3. From equation number 2, I get the value of N. So N becomes my 30 newtons. No problems with this one. I got the value of N. I have to get the value of A and T. From where I will get the value of A and T? Adding equation number 1 and 3. As soon as you add equation number 1 with equation number 3, T will get cancelled out. You will have 20 is equal to 5A, 2A, and 3A will get added up. 5A, your acceleration will become 20 by 5. That will be 4 meter per second square. That is your acceleration. That is your acceleration here. Acceleration is 4 meter per second square. I wrote second, wrong thing, per second square. For the 2 kg block, it is downwards. For the 3 kg block, It is right word. As soon as you get the value of A, you can put the value of A in this equation and you can get the value of T. Can you tell me what is the value of T? A is coming as 4. Can you tell me what is the value of T? T is 3A. So T becomes 12 newtons. So these are my answers. Number 1, normal reaction is 30. Number 2, acceleration is 4 meter per second square. And number 3, tension is 12 newtons. Do we understand this? Can I have raised hand that we understand this, sir? Do we understand this? Great. How many of you could do this problem on their own? How many of you could do this problem on their own? Okay, now I'm there with this. So use this one. This is a bigger screen. Okay. How many of you could do this problem on their own? Can I have raised hands? Tarun is raising hands. Abhiram also raises hands. If you have done this question on your own, you have done it nicely. Congratulations. Now, I'll give you one more. I'll give you one more on similar lines. I hope you are able to do it. Again, I got disconnected. I don't know what is happening. This is 5 kg block. This is 3 kg block. And apply a force of 30 newtons here. Apply a force of 30 newtons here. Now again, I ask the same question. Again, I ask the same question. And the question is, what is the acceleration? What is the tension in the string? And what is the normal reaction from ground? Again, I ask the same questions here. What is the tension? What is the acceleration? And what is the normal reaction from ground? 3 questions. I hope you are able to give me the answer of these 3. How many of you are trying the questions? Can you raise hands? 2 people. Good. Again, don't know what problem I'm having today. Not able to log in from that ID. Something is wrong. Doesn't matter. There's always some way or the other way in which I can negotiate the problem. Again, I'll put it here. This thing doesn't work. I don't know why. Maybe I need to upgrade this thing. Something is wrong with this. Not a problem. Try it. Okay, maybe there's a problem with the account. I have to look in the account. N is 30. Yes, Niharika, N is 30. That is correct. N is 30, not a problem. N is 30. What about the others? N is 13. Correct, that is. What about the others? Acceleration and tension. Acceleration and tension. Signed in by another ID. Let me see if it works. Okay. What about the others? How do you do it? The first thing is to understand how this system moves. Now, how do you understand how this system moves? There are only two ways in which this system can move. The first way is this moves down and this moves here. The red one. The other one is, see, you can see here, there is a force 30 newtons here. So it can also move on the left hand side. So the other thing that can happen is it moves up and this moves here. Now, first of all, we have to understand which motion is going to happen here. Which one? The red one, block going down, or the green one, the block going up. Can anyone tell me which motion is going to happen here? The down one or the up one? The red one or the green one? Who will tell me this? Which motion happens here? The red one or the green one? Which motion is happening here? The red one or the green one? Who is going to tell me the answer? Which motion happens here? Red one or the green one? Tarun says red. Akshara also says red. I'll allow you to unmute yourself, Tarun or Akshara. I'll allow you to unmute yourself. Tell me, why do you think that the red motion happens? Akshara, you can unmute yourself and tell me the reason. Why do you think that the block goes down? Why can't the block go up? That is my question. You must understand that answers don't matter at most times. What matters is, what do you think? How do you think? So if you think, Tarun and Akshara, I don't know about others, that the block is going to go down, you have to tell me the reason for that. What is the reason, Akshara, Tarun, or Abhiram, or Niharika? Anyone? Can you unmute yourself and tell me the reason why this block is going to move in the direction that you think, red one or the green one? Who will tell me this? You can unmute yourself if you want. I'm waiting. Okay, no one. Niharika says, I think green. It's good that you can think green. Tarun says gravity. Gravity is there. Okay. What I'll do is, let me understand this afterwards. Let me first do the other steps first, and then I'll probably try to understand why red or why green, or why not red and why not green. Let me first go to the steps that I solved. Step number 1, draw a sketch. Sketch is there. Step number 2, isolate the bodies. They are also already isolated. Step number 3, draw free body diagram. Let us start with the free body diagram. Let me start with the tension, only one string. So T, 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 and T. I've drawn the tension. Then I draw the free body diagram of 5 kg block. This is 50 newtons. This is the free body diagram of block 1. I'm not going to write the equation just now because I don't know whether it is going to go up or it is going to go down. I'll just not write the equation now. I'll move on to the 3 kg block and I'll draw the free body diagram of the 3 kg block. How do I do it? The first force I draw is 30 newtons, which is downwards. And the next force I draw is N, which is the normal reaction, which is upward. Now, one thing is very sure. One thing is very sure. Whatever happens, whether 5 kg block moves up or moves down, 3 kg block is not going to move up and down. We understand this. Can I raise hand that we understand this? Whatever happens, sir, 3 kg block will remain, will not move up and down. So for the 3 kg block, N is upwards, as you can see here in the yellow, and 30 is downwards. I can straight away write the equation without understanding whether the motion is up or down for the 5 kg block. I can write the equation for y-axis. I can write the equation for y-axis for the 3 kg block. The equation for y-axis is N is equal to 30, because whatever happens, it is not going to move up and down. Do we understand this, everyone? Can I have some raise hand that we understand this, sir? No one understands this? Whether the 5 kg block moves up or down, the 3 kg block can only move right or left. It cannot move up and down. If it cannot move up and down, the forces on the y-axis will be equated. What about the others? Manasa, Vishal, Vasant, Tarun, Tanu, Akshara, Abhiram. Do we understand this? Can I have some raised hand that we understand this, sir? 3 participants have raised hands, and that is good. 2, 4 participants. Okay, great. So we are coming back in the class. That is great. Good news, everyone. So equation along y-axis for this 3 kg block has been done. Now I look here, and this is the free body diagram of the 3 kg block. Now, once I look at the 3 kg block, what do I find? Is there is a force of 30 newtons acting on this block. Do we see that force, 30 newtons acting on this block? Yes or no? Just, I see a force of 30 newtons acting on this block. I see a force of 30 newtons acting on this block, and this block is experiencing a force of 30 newtons, which is trying to pull it this side. But there is also a force of 50 newtons, which is trying to pull the block 5 kg downwards. So basically, 50 newtons is trying to pull the block downwards, and 30 kg is trying to pull 3 kg leftwards. If it is trying to pull 3 kg leftwards, it basically means that it is trying to pull 5 kg upwards. Do we understand this? If it is trying to pull 3 kg leftwards, it is trying to pull 5 kg upwards. That means effectively, if you imagine this 5 kg block or this system is experiencing 50 newtons, which is trying to pull it downwards, and 30 newtons, which is trying to pull it upwards. Now that makes us simple to understand that where is this block going to move? Whether it is going to move downwards or upwards. Where it is going to move, downwards or upwards? Where is the system going to move? Niharika now has changed her idea that this is going to move downwards. Do we all understand this? Can I have raised hand that we understand this, sir? Yes or no? We understand this? I'm Vesey having a lot of problems with this connection today. So I hope all of you raise hands. Okay, good. I got this. So now we understand this block is going to move downwards. There is no need for this upward thing. So I'm just erasing this upward so that I don't confuse myself. So it is not going to move upward. It is going to move downward. Now it's easy for me to make the equation. 50 is downwards. What about the acceleration? If it moves down with an acceleration A, we must understand that this will move rightwards with an acceleration A because they are connected by the same string. Acceleration is downwards, 50 is downwards, T is upwards. What will be the equation now? Everyone knows the equation. The equation is 50 minus T is equal to MA. M is 5, 5 into A. That becomes my blue equation, which is my equation number 1. Do we all agree on this equation? Can I have raised hand that we have agreed on this equation particularly? 50 minus T is equal to 5A, equation number 1. Then we are going to make the second equation, the green one. For the green equation, you can see T, it's rightwards, 30, 30, 30 is leftwards. But remember, acceleration is forward. What will be the equation for this block along x-axis? We all know this equation now. Who is going to tell me what is the equation now? For x-axis, the green one, the equation is simply t minus 30 is equal to 3a. That becomes my equation number 2, the green one from the x-axis. From equation number 2 and equation number 1, simply add 1 and 2. Add equation number 1 and equation number 2. T will get cancelled. On the right hand side, sorry, on the left hand side, I will have 50 minus 30. On the right hand side, I will have 8a. So 20 equates 8a. And we have the acceleration. The acceleration becomes 20 by 8, which I think is 5 by 2. 5 by 2 meter per second square. This becomes my acceleration from the two equations. As soon as I get this acceleration, I can put this in this equation, or I can put this in this equation and get the value of tension. This is how this question has to be solved. I will now ask you to raise your hands if you have understood the question. Please raise hands so that I understand how much of this you have understood. Only 2 participants have raised hands. That is not good enough. I'll have to again facing a lot of problems today. But still, 4 people have raised hands. What about Manasa, Vishal, Vasant, Tanu? Do we understand this beta? I'm having problems with my iPad today, so everything getting disturbed. Doesn't matter. Whatever problems we face, we'll always keep on working hard. That's my mantra always, and I'll keep on doing this. That was question number 2. That takes us to the next question, which is question number 3. Are we all ready for this? Can I raise hand that we are ready for this, sir? Question number 3, and we are all ready. Did we do any question on Atwood's machine? Yes or no? In the previous class? Did we do any question on Atwood's machine? Do you know what's it, Atwood's machine? Did we do a question in the last class on Atwood's machine? Who will tell me? I don't think we did it, right? Or we did it? Chalo. Have we done a question on this? Atwood's machine? This is known as Atwood's machine. Have we done a question on this? No, sir, we did not. Okay, don't worry, we'll do it now. Now, this is Atwood's machine. The simple machine is known as the Atwood's machine. What it has is two blocks, M1, M2, hanging like this. Now, if I give you the condition that M1 is greater than M2, if I give you the condition that M1 is greater than N2, can you find the acceleration of the two blocks and the tension in the two strings? This simple device is known as Atwood's machine. Atwood's machine, two blocks hanging by a pulley. How many strings you see? I can see two strings. This is definitely string number one. This upper one can be a string, it can be a rod, it can be a hinge, it can be a lot of things. Doesn't matter. If you get the tension in string number one, you can find the tension or any other force in string number two or rod number two or whatever you call it. So basically, what we are looking at here is get the values of acceleration of the blocks and tension in the string. I'll give you 1 minute, 2 minutes to think about it. How would you solve this question? Any idea? Now, first of all, you have to understand, you will have to understand in which direction this system moves. Can anyone tell me in which direction this system moves? Can anyone tell me how will this system move? Now, there are only two possible ways in which this system can move. Can anyone tell me which block? Obviously, they're not going to move like this. They're going to move up and down, up, down, up, down. Which block is going to move up? Which block is going to move down? Anyone? Which block is going to move up? Which block is going to move down? Can anyone tell me? M1 is greater than M2. M1 is heavier than M2. How will the system move? Anyone? Yes, I have a response. Let me see. Things are not working. M1 will move downwards. Yes, Niharika, you are correct. M1 will move downwards and M2 will definitely move upwards. Now, if I call the acceleration of block M1 as A, what will be the acceleration of block M2, which is moving upwards? M1 is A downwards. What about M2? What will be the acceleration of M2, which is definitely moving upwards? This acceleration will also be equal to A. Do we understand this? Yes or no? So I have given you this much hint. Can you solve the question now with this hint? I want you to solve this question with the hint I've given. I've given you 2 minutes to solve it. Please try. Are you trying, everyone? Are you trying, everyone? No one is trying? If no one tries, then I will have to solve the question on my own. Shall I solve the question now? Shall I solve the question now? So how to do this? The first thing is we have to draw sketch. Sketch is already there. Isolate the bodies. They are isolated. Draw the free body diagram. We will start with tension. T, 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 and T. If these two are T, this will become 2T and this will become 2T. Do we all agree on this? Can I have some raise hand that we agree on this, sir? T, 2T, 2T. Do we understand this? Can I have raise hands? Yes. Okay. Now let me move on to block number M1. The only other force is M1G, which is downwards, and this becomes the free body diagram of block M1. I will draw the free body diagram of block M2 as well. This is M2G downwards, free body diagrams done. Next step, to write the equations. Y-axis, X-axis, we all know this, Y and X. Skip that step. Now see, this is moving downwards, my green, green, green. M1G is downwards, T is upwards. Who will tell me the equation for this block? Who will tell me the equation for this block? What will be the equation for this block? M1G is downwards, T is upwards, and acceleration is downwards. What is the equation for this block? Anyone? Akshara, Niharika, Abhiram, Vasant, Tarun, Manasa, Tanu. What is the equation for this block? M1G downwards, T upwards, acceleration downwards. Yes, that is correct. Well done, beta. M1G downwards minus T is equal to M1A. That is the equation for this block. Write it as equation number 1. This is the green equation coming for the block which is moving downwards. Do we understand this? Can I have raised hand that we understand this, sir? 2 people have raised hand. Let me see. Who are they? Only 2 people. Not good. Again, I'm having problems today. So many Astik have joined the chat. Manasa, Vishal, Vasant, Tanu, Akshara, are you all there? I'm getting disconnected from one more ID, so I have to come through another ID. Life is full about life is full of challenges. Don't be scared of any challenge. Accept all challenges. I'm doing it today. Let us now go on to block number 2. Downwards is M2G, upwards is T. The block is moving upwards. Who will tell me the equation for this gentleman? Who will tell me the equation for this gentleman? It is very simple. Upwards is T. T minus m2g t minus m2g is equal to m2a. That becomes the equation for this block. I can call it the equation number 2. This has come from the green thing that you see. T is upwards, m2g is downwards, acceleration is upwards. T minus m2g is m2a. Do we all understand this? Now, how do I solve this equation? Remember the old funda of adding 1 and 2. As soon as you add 1 and 2, t gets cancelled. What do I have? I have on the left hand side is m1g minus m2g on the left hand side. What do I have on the right hand side? Is m1a plus m2a. So I've taken m1 plus m2 common multiplied by a. This gives me acceleration as m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2, this entire thing multiplied by g. That becomes my acceleration for the two blocks. M1 is going downwards, M2 is coming upwards. Do we all understand this? Wait, you will see, sir, what about tension? Don't worry about the tension. As soon as you get the value of A, you can put the value of A in any of the equation, either in this equation or in this equation. You will get the value of T. I can assure you that you will get the value of T. I don't want you to remember formulas, and that is why I'm not deriving the value of T and giving it to you, because you get the same question in the exam is not possible. You get different questions in the exam. I don't want you to remember formulae, because the formulas will not help you. Do you all understand this? Can I have raised hand that you understood this? Do we all understand this? Can I have some raised hand that we understand this? So I'll give you a question as homework that you will have to solve for me. This is the homework question, straightforward question. Once you do this question, I'll give you another question. This is 6 kg block. This is 4 kg block. 6 kg block is on the left. 4 kg block is on the right. You have to find the acceleration of the two blocks, the tension in the string, and tension. How many strings you see? I can tell you that there are two strings here. This is string number 1. This is string number 2. Find out the acceleration of the two blocks. Also tell me in which direction they are moving. Find the tension in string 1. Find the tension in the string 2. That is your task for tomorrow. Solve it. I'll put your NEET ka is saal ka paper, and you will see whatever questions we have done, similar questions have come in the exam. I'll put that paper, I'll put this thing, entire thing. I hope you are making notes. I hope you are following what I'm saying. To do it the correct way, you will see same questions that I have done in the class, same questions have come in the exam. On that note, we will wind up the class today. I wish that you like the class. I hope that you like the class, and I'll see you again. If there's any problem, you can tell me, you can ask me, you can put your messages on the group. Till then, bye bye from my end. Stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy. Take care, all of you.